here at the Grand Portage State Park. Now this is the Pigeon River. Forms the border between the U.S. and Canada. Well, it's Wednesday morning. What would that be? The 27th, I guess. And yes, I decided to have oatmeal this morning. Slept pretty well last night. Woke up a couple of times. I was feeling a little bit chilly, but not cold. And I don't know, I didn't do anything. I just kind of rolled over and got warm again and went to sleep. But that was only a couple of times. It wasn't very much. So basically I slept real well last night. According to my phone, it was 28 in Lutsen when I went to bed last night and 28 when I got up this morning. So it either dropped and then rose again, or it flatlined at 28. Considering that it's clear this morning, it was clear last night, I was expecting it to get a lot cooler than that, but I suppose being by the lake moderates that, so probably a few miles west of here, getting out of that lake effect, it might have gotten colder than that. So yeah, I think the lake saved me last night. So no wind this morning. I'm not hearing any action on the lake this morning as far as waves and surf. There's probably some waves out there and a little bit of surf, but that's calmed right down now. So anyway, I'm getting kind of a late start because I am doing the oatmeal this morning, but I just couldn't imagine going through the morning without having something. Unfortunately, it is taking a long time. I think I've filled the pot too full with water. I might dump some in a minute here so it heats up a little bit faster. Anyway, gonna have some breakfast, hopefully real quick, and then get on the road towards Grand Portage.
Take pictures of the falls?
Yep.
Good for you.
Yep. Well, I'm here at the Grand Portage State Park. It's a special park because it's actually on the Grand Portage Indian Reservation land. And the DNR and the state of Minnesota and the in the Ojibways. We've got a partnership here. To make the Pigeon River and especially the waterfalls available to the public. This park was established in 1989. Sometime way back in the 80s I was up here. And I went to the falls. But it was a very rugged, rustic path to get to them. And I don't think a lot of people even knew that you could get to them. Now they got this nice paved path. I'm sure when I get there, there's going to be an overlook. Whereas before you just kind of went up to the edge of the rocks and stuff. I understand why they do that type of thing. But at the same time, it makes it tough to get unique pictures of the waterfalls. But we'll see how good of a job they did when we get there. Well, I just found a side trail here. There are even steps leading down to here, so I'm absolutely sure if this leads to the falls or not. It wasn't signposted. I thought I'd try it anyway and see what I find. Now this is the Pigeon River. It forms the border between the U.S. and Canada. So over that side of the river is Canada. Well, this obviously is not the falls yet. So it's a pretty spot. Little standing waves. I think we're going to see about setting up for a picture here. I like those cliffs over the other side of the water here. I can use this little tree over here, that birch tree over there as a frame from back here. Get the rapids in the front. Yeah. to make a good shot. And after that fun little diversion, I rejoined the paved trail here. Well, there's been some black ice on this trail. Thankfully, it hasn't caused any problems for me. But so far, this boardwalk here is a little bit slick. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go to the right for now. Ooh, got some spray coming in over here. And some more of that ice I was talking about. Whoa.
I'm actually sliding down the icy boardwalk sideways as I grip the equally icy rail.
Once I get down here, I might be stuck for a while. Don't know if I'll be able to get back up this incline. Oh, don't know if I could ever get my cameras out for this. Look at that. Look at that. Oh man. I can't see what you're seeing here. There we go. Got this rainbow over the side. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And over on the other side here, I don't know if you can see. I don't know if you can hear me either, but on top of that cliff, there's a whole bunch of frost up there. Frost and ice. That is absolutely stunning. a shame. That was such a pretty picture, but well, let's just say I'm gonna have to do some serious lens cleaning after I get away from here. Oh, lots and lots and lots of water on my lenses, as you can see, probably, because I got it all over this lens too, of course. There's a bench over here, but it's probably all wet. Yeah, doesn't look too awfully bad. Oh, man. Well, this is the trail to the Middle Falls. It's supposed to get pretty rugged up here, so I'm gonna have to, well, I'll have to see what it's like. So far it's a pretty easy trail. There's a sign at the beginning saying that it gets pretty rugged, so we just have to see how rugged, whether it's something I want to pursue or not. Doing a little bit of climbing now. As you can see, we are getting up there. Oh, good. This looks like a good spot. Take a break here. Oh man, what a view. Oh, this looks like fun. Iced over snow. Try to get down the side here a little bit. Now what? Now what? Can't go around this. I'm gonna have to go under somehow. Hands and knees, I guess. Not fun. Not fun when this kind of thing happens. Oh, no way around it. Alright, looks like I finally made it to the junction. It was a long half mile. So let's see, Middle Falls Loop. Both directions bring you to the Middle Falls, however the trail to the right is more impressive as you can see the falls as you approach it. The trail to the left brings you out above the falls, and you must walk downstream to see the falls. For the full experience, do the whole loop starting on the right. Okay, going to the right it's 0.7 miles, going to the left it's 0.3 miles. I don't see any footprints going this way. I'm kind of wondering if I shouldn't go the shorter loop and then return that way, or if it's really going to make a difference. Now let's see, 0.7 miles, it's 1 mile total. If it's 0.7 miles just to get to the falls that way, I can start at the top and work my way down and then come back. I don't have to do the whole loop. Okay, that makes sense. I think I'm hearing waterfalls. And kind of getting a glimpse of them through the trees here too. Here we are at the top of the falls. A well-placed bench. Now, I don't know. There's supposed to be a 20-foot drop. I don't know if this is 20 feet here or whether there's something else further down. So now I'm just going to sit here and enjoy the music. pretty little spot here for watching the waterfall from. A little bit further along the trail, but I think this is all I'm going to go. There's a possibility I could get more of a straight-on shot of the waterfalls if I kept going, but it'd be pretty far away if I did, and I'm already about the max out on my telephotos that I have with me, so I think I'm going to turn around and go back. It's after 11:30 now, so it's going to take me a while to get back to the park office, the parking lot, my car, so I can have some lunch. I do have another bag of trail mix along, so I'll eat that somewhere along the way here and help stave off the hungries too badly. I don't know if you can hear me over all the thundering, crashing water, but I've decided to stop here on this little bench at this really scenic spot. Have my second package of trail mix and some water. And hopefully the trail back to the car won't be quite so bad. It's supposed to be 2.5 miles, but of course it's pretty rough terrain, so it's going to take me a while. There's a little section of woods in here. Wet in places, snow in others.
Rocks and roots, sure do a number on my socks and boots. If pain goes with pleasure, well, there's no substitute for ankle turning, blister rubbing, shoulder burning, toe stubbing, loud cursing, puddle jumping, rocks and roots.
All right, Jerry, if you're watching this, without those rocks and roots that you complain about in the Boundary Waters, I wouldn't be able to get up this hill. For those that don't know Jerry, he's a singer-songwriter out of Nashville, Nashville. He writes a lot of songs about paddling in general, about the Boundary Waters, and he has one song called Rocks and Roots. And he talks about paddling across a pristine, calm lake, and then having to get out of the canoe and go across the Portage Trail to get to the other lake, next lake. And those portage trails being nothing but rocks and roots. He has a YouTube channel. I'll link it below. But his name is Jerry Vandiver, or Vandiver. Some of his songs have been made into been recorded by some of the big guys in country music. Tim McGraw, I believe, is one. Lone Star did one of his. And I'm pretty sure there's more too. Those are the ones that come to mind. So I'll link his YouTube channel below where you can find some of his music. And of course subscribe to him for updates and what have you. Oh. And yeah, like I said, Jerry, I'm kind of glad about the rocks and roots along this trail right now. Somebody else I want to shout out to is Matt G. He had a 3-day backpacking trip in the Boundary Waters just recently, and I loved his videos about it, so I'll link him down below too. And yeah, you can always use more videos about wilderness areas on YouTube. About backpacking and canoeing and those type of things. And here we are. You know, these stacks of rocks like this, most of the rest of the world, they're known as cairns, or at least most of the rest of the United States, they're known as cairns. Up here in this area, they're often called inuksuks, and that's some Native American tongue. I think maybe Ojibwe. It's some anyway, it's some Indian language term for them. And since they're called that up here, I'm really suspecting it's probably Ojibwe. Well, this whole thing is supposed to be about 5 miles round trip. I think I left the parking lot at about 7 o'clock this morning. It's now after 1, so this has definitely taken me longer than your typical 5-mile hike. But of course I've been stopping and taking pictures and stuff like that along the way too, and of course there are those steep grades up and down as well. If I remember correctly, I got some really steep downhill and then some gentler downhill, and then eventually this becomes literally a walk in the park, and then I'll hit the blacktop by the high falls. I was at one time thinking about going back to the high falls and seeing if there's less ice up there that I can get around a little bit easier, but I think by the time I get back to that point, then booking it to the parking lot is all that's in me. There's another state park further down the road too. Judge C. Magny, I think it's called. Something like that. That I was also thinking about stopping in and doing some hiking. And I think by the time I'm done with this, I'm going to be all hiked out for the day. I think I'm down to the easy part of the trail now. At least this part of the trail looks pretty easy. But I think I've had the last of the rugged. Not absolutely sure. Wish I had oh, there's a bench. I was going to say, I wish I had a bench here, but there's one right across the trail over here. I know I don't have very far to go, but I gotta take another rest. I gotta get some more water. So here I am back at the parking lot. I wasn't feeling very hungry tonight, or I thought I wasn't feeling very hungry tonight, but I knew I needed to get something in me. So about, I don't know, what was it, 7 o'clock? Yeah, about 7 o'clock, I heated up some water, and I did this noodles and chicken by Mountain House. Notice it says 2.5 servings. Would you believe that I gulped the whole thing down in about 10 minutes? So much for not being hungry tonight. I guess I was hungrier than I thought I was. But it was almost like chicken noodle soup. It was pretty good stuff. So anyway, yeah. Mountain House, noodles and chicken, 2.5 servings. It's yum yum good. How's that for an ad? Mountain House going to give me royalties on this? I hope. There we go.
Here's a recap of the day's photos.